This week on Check Please South Florida, coastal chic seafood in Hallandale Beach.
It's right on the beach, has a great ambiance. It's just wonderful, and the food is great to boot.
Strike gold at an Old West Saloon in Wynwood.
From the minute you walk in, you're kind of transformed into the Old West.
And shout Opa in Pembroke Pines.
Greek spices, I don't even know what was in there, but it was delicious.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world. Additional funding for Check Please South Florida is provided by George and Helen Weaver and the Friends of South Florida PBS.
Spicy, I'm in, and I really enjoyed that.
It wasn't my favorite.
I ate it all, and I would definitely go back.
We did not know we were walking into that.
Everything was on point, delicious.
Hello, I'm Michelle Bernstein, and welcome to Check Please South Florida, the show where regular people from all over South Florida recommend and review their favorite restaurants. So this is how the show works. Every week we have 3 guests. Each recommends his or her favorite spot, and then the other 2 go to check them out and see what they think. This week, entertainment producer and agent Craig Nyer presents a show-stopping saloon in Miami-Dade County. This trendy spot brings the elixirs and wild times of the Old West right into the heart of Wynwood, promising some yummy comfort food and fun times. And medical representative Brenda Bean has just the cure for your gyro and baklava needs. It's family-owned traditional Greek food, and she says you just can't go wrong with any of their authentic specialties. But first, educator LaShann Thomas is teaching us all about an elegant beachfront spot for Japanese-inspired seafood. At her pick, you can bask in the sun at their casual beach bar right on the sand, or you can spend a romantic evening on their outdoor terrace. LaShann says all your senses will be tantalized with their ethereal atmosphere, eclectic entree selections, and decadent desserts. It's in Hallandale Beach, and it's called ETARU.
My name is Nigel Marmahoko, and I'm the general manager of ETARU Hallandale. So ETARU opened in August 2017. The menu is contemporary Japanese, so everyone always gets scared when we say contemporary Japanese. Of course, we have sushi, but we have a robata grill where we cook things over open fire. So the black cod is marinated in a yuzu miso. It's marinated for 24 hours. 72 hours before that, it sits in salt water, and that's cooked over an open flame, and that's one of the most popular dishes, my favorite dish, actually. We really try to, to make the plates look as pretty as possible. To the point of where you actually feel bad eating the food. The dessert pies look stunning. So they sit over ice, we've got flowers that you can eat as well, and everything on the plate is designed to be eaten. So nothing on the plate is designed to go to waste, in theory. It's all about the experience here at ETARU. You do come for the food, of course, you come for the drinks, but you also come for the whole overall experience. So it goes from service down to the food, down to the valet, down to how the bartender greets you. That's what the atmosphere is about, and making sure that when you come in, you have a great time. So ETARU is about, coming here and experiencing, a whole day of events. If you come here for brunch, you can transition from brunch down to the beach with the family. It's all about a lifestyle experience, I think.
It's a beautiful atmosphere, right?
Isn't it? I love it. It represents everything about South Florida that people love. It's right on the beach, has a great ambiance. It's just wonderful, and the food is great to boot.
So I think all 3 of you ate on the terrace. Is that correct?
Yes.
How
It's quite
lovely.
appealing. Hear the waves.
How lovely.
While you're dining. It was wonderful.
Okay, so speaking of dining, let's dig right in. What did you have
So
last
initially,
evening?
I had the carpaccio salad, and it was divine. It was really good. It was salmon. The arrangement was lovely, and the sauce that was there, it was just really good. And then I had the prawns.
Okay.
And they
how
were
they done?
really great. And they had an aioli sauce to go with it. They were very tender. The coating on the outside was just not
You had
overbearing.
prawns, right?
I had the appetizer of the prawns.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
And what did you
wonderful.
think?
Oh, just absolutely perfect. They were nice and light, panko on the outside, and it was juicy pink shrimp on the inside, and they were big. For the appetizer alone, you got 5 servings of the prawn. It was just wonderful.
Craig?
Well, we did a tasting. We created our own tasting. We had the hamachi appetizer, which was fabulous, the Brussels sprouts, which were also amazing, We also tried the sea bass, which was also great. For me personally, I enjoyed the cooked food more than the sushi. I thought the sushi was good, but the actual entrees that we had and shared were amazing.
What else did you have?
I had the New Zealand lamb chops, and they had like the hot Korean sauce on them. They were just perfectly juicy, medium rare, just the way I like them. And they were all turned up in the plate, just flipped up over a little leaf and a white plate, so it was very elegant looking. Very, very nice atmosphere. And I had some wild plum sake with it, which was chilled.
What was that like?
It was just delightful. It was almost like an aperitif that you would have. It was a dry sweet. I mean, it was a little bit of both. It was really great. It was delicious.
Nice.
I had the lotus blossom, and it was great. It was like a turn on your lychee martini, and it had a beautiful little orchid petal inside.
Pretty.
Beautiful.
You haven't told me about your main course yet.
I had the scallops, and they were great. Yeah, they were very tender. They had watercress on top of them with peppers on a bed of peppers and corn and onions. It was just wonderful.
You said that you had some citrusy desserts. Do you remember?
One was an ice cream. It was in a ball, and it was a beautiful presentation, and it had all different types of fresh fruits that were part of it, and it was amazing.
Nice.
I had 2 mochi balls, which was the ice cream wrapped in the sweet rice flour. And when they cut them, they put them each in half, and they put them at diagonal.
Good for sharing that way.
Oh, it was wonderful. And they on this huge block of ice that was like 3 inches high, 3 inches wide, and so forth.
Quite the
over
presentation.
Crushed ice, and then again on the ice there was leaves, and then the mochis were placed there, so they were just delightful.
Wow. Yeah. Was all the presentation, did you find the food to be very dramatic as your dessert sounded to be?
Absolutely.
The best place for you if you eat with your eyes first.
Really?
Really, they do. Even when they served the prawns, they had them up in the air with their tails and just crossing over each other just so delicately. It was
So
just
it's really a show.
yes.
You know, you're kind of in dinner theater, you're sitting and watching the ocean, it's
Yes.
dramatic, you have
Yes.
all this beautiful dramatic food coming
Yes.
to you. So how are the prices?
I would say moderate. And it's also, the dishes are there for sharing, and they explain that to you when you go, and so everyone could partake and try different things.
How about location? Tell me a little bit about the area.
It was a little obscure to find initially, but once
Why are you laughing? Did you have a hard time finding it?
Yeah, my Waze navigation took me around a couple of times, and you actually have to go all the way to the back to get to the valet, and I didn't know that, so
Right.
so we kind of went around a little bit. But once you got there, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, ETARU was your choice. Sum it up for us, please.
It is tantalizing. The view, the presentation, it's elegant. It's everything that people find attractive about South Florida.
Craig?
The food is amazing, the presentations are great, and the service was spectacular.
Brenda?
The food was excellent. It was just different tastes. I agree with the word tantalizing because it just piqued your interest to try something else new and different.
Lovely. Well, listen to the sounds of lapping waves with your next meal at ETARU, located at 111 South Surf Road in Hallandale Beach. They're open daily for dinner as well as lunch on Saturdays and brunch on Sundays. Reservations are accepted, and the average price for dinner without drinks is about $50. Now, entertainment producer and agent Craig Nyer is setting the scene for a night in the Wild Wild West. If you're looking for a fun vibe, custom elixirs, and comfort food tapas, he says this is the place to be, and he recommends you stay for their live music and comedy nights. It's located in Wynwood Art District, and it's called Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon.
My name is George Moreno, and I'm the owner of Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon. So Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon is actually a pretty cool story. In Miami, Arizona, not Miami, Florida, back in the day, in the turn of the century, it was a big gold mining town. And there was this little shack next to one of the gold mines, and this guy, Mr. Wright, used to run the shack. He would make healthy elixirs and tonics for all the gold miners on their way to work in the morning. So he started a saloon brothel on the way out, and he would mix his elixirs and tonics with moonshine that he would make on the premises. And that's how it became Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon. My favorite one item from here, and the thing that people just say, wow, this is like, there's something in it, it's our cornbread. It's something that goes with the vibe, the era. It's more of a southern thing, but still our cornbread is like, can't beat it in Miami. One of the most popular drinks is actually a drink that I created, kind of on accident. It's called the Curious George. It's based with tequila, and that's all we tell people. So that's what I always give my friends, that's what I always drink, and it does not leave you a hangover. I think the most unique thing about Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon is definitely the vibe of it. It looks like you are not in Miami. It looks like you're in somewhere in the Old West. It's like a little ghost town. If you just want a cool playlist or cool live music or a great meal and like cool cocktails and moonshine, come to Gold Digger.
I can't even believe you heard it. I mean, you slept all the way from Palm Beach County, right?
right.
How do you know about this place?
Well, first of all, I love country music, and I love country, the whole country feel. I'm wearing my boots today.
Yes, you are. Show everybody your boots. I think you should absolutely show everybody your boots.
Absolutely.
There you go. Perfect.
Thumbs up.
So when I decided to go, we took the Bright Line down, which was spectacular. So I didn't have to drive, and we walked around Wynwood, and then 3 blocks away was the restaurant. And when we got there, I was amazed. The whole outside is a facade of a Western town. And then you walk in, and from the minute you walk in, you're kind of transformed into the Old West. They have lounge furniture and tables, and you could sit pretty much anywhere you want. Menu's a little bit limited, but
It's more about the experience.
it's the experience. Well, you see all these signs and all artifacts from the Old West, and it's really interesting because no matter where you looked, you found something different. So we started off with the nachos.
Okay.
And it was loaded nachos, and it was terrific. I mean, every bite you take, there was like a different tasting. One bite was like gorgonzola cheese, and it was kind of like
Did
a
it have meat
chili.
on it?
I believe it had the meat, but there was so many flavors coming at you. And I was kind of surprised that it was so good, because normally you get the traditional nachos. that
And
have
what were you
the cheese.
drinking?
She recommended a hickory old-fashioned, and it was smoked, and she actually smokes it with the wood, and it had a smoked taste, but it didn't overpower the drink.
Right.
So it was very, very good.
Huh. Brenda?
Well, I thought it was really interesting because I lived in the West for a while. So I lived in Texas, outside of Austin. So you walk in, and it's very much like maybe a saloon that might have been out there, but it's on a miniature scale.
Sure.
And you see the front elevation looks like a saloon, and then you go in, you're transported in time out of Wynwood into an experience of kind of bohemian, eclectic, Western feeling, and it was perfect. So I picked out La Rubia, which is a light ale, and it tastes more like Blue Moon than anything, but it's a Wynwood crafted beer.
It is.
So it was very lovely, and it went extremely well. And I had the Taco Country, that I think is what you're calling nachos, and I asked for meat to be added. So it was
so
very
you're giving that
generous.
option.
Yeah, you can add either beef or chicken, or I think you could even add shrimp. I think there were the 3 choices.
And then they have a vegan cheese that you can do if you are
Yes.
vegan. Yeah.
Yeah, they have all the options, which is great. And all of it is healthy type food, so but with a Western flair.
So how was it?
It was delicious. It was very good quality, and it was a fair price. I actually took more than half home, and I had 2 more mini meals with some other things I had at home, so I enjoyed it greatly.
Nice.
Yes.
LaShant?
Yes. First of all, they make the meanest Long Island.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But I also had the Moo Moo meatballs, and they were really good. The presentation of it is lovely. It comes to you in like a makeshift cast iron, which I thought was interesting.
You had that as well.
Yeah, all the presentations come in a skillet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Moo moo meaning cow,
Yes,
obviously.
yes,
Just
yes.
meat.
I've never seen larger meatballs ever.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, they were quite dense, but they were very flavorful and very good. And it also came with cornbread that actually had corn.
Oh, nice.
Cornbread was amazing.
Yeah.
It was moist.
Was
I think it had the taste of honey in it.
Yeah, it did. It had a sweetness to it.
Nothing like some good cornbread.
Yeah.
Is it very busy?
Come 9 o'clock, the place got packed with locals.
Right.
A lot of locals come in, and they had a great comedy night, and they also have music there, which I would like to go back for.
Nice.
So what kind of comedy did they have?
They have
Stand
local
up?
comics. Some of them were working on their material, but it was great, and it was great to see the local community support it and engage it, which is important.
Craig, Mr. Wright's Gold Digger was your choice. Sum it up for us, please.
Well, I got to tell you, if you want to go back to the Old West and have a fun, casual evening with great friends, great music or comedy, Gold Diggers is a great place and great value.
Brenda?
If you want to break from the urbanization of Wynwood art shopping and boutique shopping and jewelry shopping, it's a nice little reprieve to get renewed, refreshed, and go back on out again.
LaShawn?
I think it's something unexpected, you know, something that is really interesting, and the food is fantastic.
Saddle up your horse and trot on over to Mr. Wright's Gold Digger Saloon, located in the Wynwood Art District at 111 Northeast 20th Street in Miami. Open in the evenings, Thursday through Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average price for dinner without drinks is about $25. When you think about the more kind of craveable foods, what is at the top of your list? Mine is pretty much nachos. Pretty darn delicious. So we're starting with a mix of grated cheeses. This has cheddar jack and some pepper jack in there. You can do your favorites. All right, so I'm adding some cornstarch into the grated cheese and really make sure it's well mixed in there. Then warm up some evaporated milk, 1 can, and pour that into the grated cheese / cornstarch mixture. And whisk it or mix it, as I'm doing, until everything melts and becomes nice and happy. Now I'm going to pour that into the pot. And as it melts, it's starting to get a little gooey. All right, I'm going to add some more cheese to it because I like it even more cheesy. This is beautiful. Look how creamy. I mean, this is how you want cheese sauce to look. What I love about this simple recipe for the cheese sauce is that a lot of times when you get nachos, the cheese sauce has this kind of broken texture, like a broken sauce on it. Makes me crazy. But this sauce, which is so incredibly simple, always works. Then go ahead and top with some of this crumbled cheese, queso fresco. Strategically place the chilies where you might want them or not want them. Finally, some of these pomegranates right over the top for a little burst of tangy and crunchy. And then finish with the avocado crema. And if you don't feel like making this, then go ahead and just dice up some avocados. This is just the little delicious topping that nobody thought about making because it has the cilantro, the avocado, and the lime. And there you have it. Some crazy nachos, looking rather delicious. I'm so thrilled. Please, please make this at home. Dig in with your family or friends. You will be known as the nacho king or queen. Trust me. See you soon. You can try my yummy version of loaded nachos with my recipe at checkpleasefl.com. Finally, medical representative Brenda Bean is calling for a comfy family gathering at her Greek cuisine pick. She says all the dishes are melt in your mouth delicious and you simply must try a bite of everything. But make sure you save room for dessert because Brenda guarantees you'll ooh and ah at their giant piece of baklava. It's in Pembroke Pines and it's called Mezes Greek Taverna.
My name is Taylor Engelman, and we're at Mezes Greek Taverna, and I'm the manager here at the restaurant. We opened the restaurant in 2007, and the owner, his idea was to create a restaurant that was family-friendly, that people could come in and eat very good, affordable food, take kind of a step out of their busy day and sit down on a Friday night, Saturday night, and be able to eat something that's, again, healthy, affordable, and delicious. Mezes means small plates. And the way that families and friends eat in Greece is a lot of small plates to share, to try a little bit of everything. So when family and friends come together, there's always tons of food on the table. The most popular dishes here at Mezes include shrimp saganaki, which is a shrimp baked in the oven with tomatoes and feta cheese on top. The grilled octopus is also extremely popular, and that's grilled, finished with a little olive oil and vinegar. And then for meals, we have lamb chops, and those are grilled. Those are excellent. And then we also have flounder, which is a fillet of fish baked in the oven with potatoes, tomatoes, spinach, a little ouzo. And then finally, one of the most popular dishes, if not the most popular dishes, is the moussaka, which is a typical dish that every mother, grandmother is making in Greece, and that's layers of eggplant, ground beef, potatoes, and bechamel on top. Mezes Greek Taverna is all about food that's cooked with love. And it's food that if we don't like it, if we're not going to enjoy it, we're not going to serve it. The whole idea is for you to come in and really enjoy the food that you're eating.
So you went with a couple of girlfriends.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the only way to go so that you can share the meals. And that was the agreement when we went. We decided that we would go. We've all been there several times, and we got there, and it was delightful. You know, it was very friendly. You go in, you see the fish counter, you see the family in the kitchen behind that, and we started with falafel. That was the special appetizer for the night. It was excellent. It was just nice and a little crusty on the outside, and on the inside it was just delicious and moist, but not wet, not dry, just perfect. And then the hummus that went with it and some black olives.
Lashand?
I had the spanakopita, and it was just really good.
Spanakopita?
It was really good. Very flaky.
Layers of pastry with spinach?
Spinach. It was really good. Very good. Very flavorful. It was large, a very big portion. For an entree, I had the shrimp dry roll. It was so good.
Oh, shrimp guido. I've never had a shrimp guido.
Yeah.
How was that done?
It was done the regular way, but just instead of having lamb or chicken or beef, I substituted shrimp, and it was really good.
That sounds yummy. Craig?
Well, I started with a sangria, and they actually made it there, the fruit, and it looked like a tall glass, and it was spectacular. I was
You
very
also had that?
Yes, I sure did.
It's almost like an appetizer, right?
Yeah.
With all that fruit in there.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Red,
citrus,
right?
yeah, citrus and apples, which was surprising to me.
Well, I was very indecisive that night. I just came from a show in Pembroke Pines, and I got there, and I was welcomed by the owners, and they were just so nice. And the server actually did all my recommendations for the night. So she recommended the sangria, which was great, and then I had the grilled octopus, and it was greatly grilled, mildly seasoned, and it tasted amazing. And then she recommended the dinner special, which was a flounder with tomatoes and cheese and everything. And I'm not a big sauce type person, but the flavors were just incredible. The fish was made perfectly, and it was definitely a great choice.
What else did you have? Because I know you had just started with your falafel and your hummus.
Yes, so I had the Euro platter, and I asked to have the pita on the side versus having the Euro lamb put on the pita.
Instead of a sandwich.
Yeah, the lamb was just beautiful. Sometimes when you get lamb in places, it's a little dry. It was just perfectly
Is it shaved?
moist. It's shaved. And I had it with the green beans, with the tomatoes, and some Greek spices. I don't even know what was in there, but it was delicious. I would have never thought of putting beans and tomatoes together like that. And my friends had moussaka and spanakopita. And
Moussaka is one of my favorite things. Did you try their moussaka?
yes, I tried everything.
So moussaka is kind of like a Greek lasagna. It has a thick bechamel. It has ground lamb, sometimes beef, bechamel, potato, puree.
Oh, it was heavenly.
all layered. So it's kind of like a lasagna would be, but
yeah, it
even
looks
better.
like it, but
So
it's
much
better. It's
Yeah.
heavenly. It really is heavenly.
All right, so who had baklava? I know you probably had baklava.
Yes.
Anybody else? You had the
Yes.
baklava experience,
Yes.
so tell me
Yes.
about it.
It's authentic because on my trip to Greece, I had it, and it was precisely just the way it was there.
As big though?
Yes. yes.
my God,
Yes.
yeah.
Filled with all the flavors, filled with all the nuts, flaky, rich, just decadent.
Yum. You had galakte buruko.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but again, it was a recommendation from my server, and I asked her about the
I've
coffee.
actually made it on the show.
Did you really?
It's delicious. It's like a custard.
Yeah, it's a custard. I thought it was going to be more like a flan type of thing, but it wasn't, and it was very,
It's almost
very
like
good.
pudding.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
pudding.
it's delicious.
So was it like spicy?
No, very mild.
It's creamy.
and-
It's milky.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that that doesn't sound good. It's just rich and creamy and very warm and inviting. It's kind of something like a grandma would give you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a hug,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
When made properly.
Well, I want to try yours.
No, you don't. It came out okay. It was okay. I'm sure theirs is better.
Yeah.
So, Brenda, sum up your experience, please.
You want real, authentic, made from scratch Greek food. It's a great place to go. The service is fantastic. The food is melt in your mouth, and you can't go wrong, no matter what you want.
LaShan?
It's become my staple. In fact, I went there yesterday. I love the environment. It's attentive, and the food is divine.
Perfect. Okay.
It was a warm atmosphere from the minute you walked in the door. The food was terrific, and they actually asked me when I was going to come back and be back in town, so I would highly recommend it.
That's lovely. Well, spend a day in Greece when you visit Mezes Greek Taverna, located 10040 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Reservations are accepted, and the average price for dinner without drinks is about $35. We've had a wonderful time. I want to thank my guests, LaShann Thomas, Craig Nyer, and Brenda Bean. For more about the restaurants and recipes featured in the show, if you'd like to apply to be a guest reviewer, visit us at checkpleasefl.com, and remember, find us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Join us next time for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please South Florida. I'm Michelle Bernstein, and I'll see y'all then. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
You were lovely.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world.